Quality, service, atmosphere. You're next in the chair. Feel at home in the Barbershop. G. Bush offers a fresh cut on sports. The Barbershop isn't just grooming for guys. It's culture, it's lifestyle, it's sports. And it's now the Barbershop is giving the sports scene a sheer shave and shine. Join the makeover now. Follow Garrett Bush at GBush91 on Twitter.
Yesterday, the Cleveland Cavaliers played a little-known game, a Summer League game in Las Vegas. For the last two games, or for the last week or so, we've been looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers as they have their young guys in Las Vegas doing the Summer League. And actually, you had LeBron James come back. One of the big stories, one of the most national stories, was that LeBron James in the yellow shorts with the Lakers across the front. I hate those shorts, by the way. I hope the NBA don't never start selling those. I don't know what kind of shorts those were. The Lakers across the front pockets. Those are so JV right now. Those are swingman. Those are so JV. But one of the things that we had a chance to look at was the Cleveland Cavaliers' young talent led by Collin Sexton. Yes, jump on that bandwagon immediately. Young bull, rock, rock, rock. Young man, rumble. Young bull, get on top. I'm stopping the microwave for the young bull. If my wife wants to go somewhere and she's talking about I want to hang out or I got to do grocery shopping, if Collin Sexton is on sometime in a primetime game, if he's playing one of the marquee guards, I'm stopping the microwave. I'm not going grocery shopping. I'm hanging out and I'm watching Collin Sexton, because you saw what he did yesterday. Some electrifying stuff, and you saw what he's capable of. But the bigger picture is this. That excitement level that I got from watching that game was something that I didn't think was going to be there with the Cavs. When LeBron left, I thought it was going to be few and far between. And I know you people say, Garrett, that's a Summer League game. It's a bunch of guys that ain't even going to be on a roster. What does that have to do with the excitement level? This game doesn't even count. Well, when you look at that, and you look at the excitement level, and you look at, Collin Sexton, matching shot for shot, layup for layup, going into double overtime, and being cool and calm, and a guy who looks like he wants to take that last shot. It looks like he's a guy that the Cavs targeted with the 8th pick, that looks like he's going to turn into something that could be part of the core. But one of the things that is disturbing, is the most disturbing thing that I'm hearing around town, and I'm hearing all across the landscape of the NBA, is that the Cleveland Cavaliers should tank. The Cleveland Cavaliers should wholesale get rid of Kevin Love. They should wholesale get rid of all their pieces and parts. And that the Cleveland Cavaliers should lose as many games as possible to get as many assets as possible, to then go and build the roster, to get assets and accumulate picks, to go and get young talent so that we can build the right way through the draft, and to get younger and to get better and to build for the future. Now, on the outside looking in, that seems like the right thing to do. But as always in the barbershop, you always got to do your own research. As always with the barbershop, sometimes that looks like the right answer, but sometimes the right answer isn't the obvious answer. Tanking, losing games, trying to get picks, doing all this stuff to lose all these games is what we call a logical fallacy. So when you tell me that I need to tank and lose all of these games to get these valued picks, I ask you one question. If that's what you're pointing to, and that's what you say is the right answer, I challenge you tonight, in 3 hours. You got 3 hours to prove this to me. Where's the proof? Where's the smoking gun? Where's your clues? Where's your facts? Because I'm looking for that team who tanked and tanked their way all the way into a championship. Because as I look at it, as I did my research tonight, I can't find one. Yeah, I know. The Philadelphia 76ers, they look like a pretty good team, right? They look like they're in the playoffs, but guess what? They ain't won a championship yet. Yeah, I know. The Philadelphia 76ers, they look like a pretty good team. You know what about that, though? Markelle Fultz looks like he ain't showing up to be turning out to be not much to write home about. Joel Embiid done missed multiple seasons with injuries. Ben Simmons missed a whole year with injuries, right? So where are these teams? And they still lost to the Boston Celtics without Kyrie Irving, without Gordon Hayward. So where are these teams that tanked their way all the way into getting all these draft picks and turned themselves into this great juggernaut team and won by tanking? And I already know your rebuttal. Before we can get into that, I have your rebuttal. Well, the Cavs won a championship. The Cavs did it. You know, we tanked and we turned those picks into Tristan Thompson, and we turned Wiggins, who's the first pick, into trading for Kevin Love, and we got Kyrie with that pick. You're missing one thing. If LeBron James doesn't come back to Cleveland, you're not sniffing a championship ring. That has nothing to do with you tanking. That has nothing to do with the picks you have. Kyrie Irving, Deion Waiters, Tristan Thompson, and the rest of those people that you have by accumulating those assets, let's not forget the fact that you whiffed on Anthony Bennett. See, that's what you don't understand. Is that for every guy that you hit on, you're going to have a guy that you miss on. For every Kyrie, there's an Anthony Bennett. Right? And for all Andrew Wiggins, for all that he's done in the league, which isn't much, he's the number 1 overall pick in the draft. How many NBA first team NBA All-Stars his teams he been on? How many All-Stars? How many first team All NBA teams has he been on? How many defensive first teams has he been on? See, the draft is a crapshoot. The draft is a crapshoot. One of the things that you have to understand, and one of the situations that you in, and this brings me to the ultimate point, is that when you tank, you're short-sighted. You haven't learned from what's been happening around the league. You haven't looked at the landscape. You're not taking into account for the climate of what's taking place in the league. So when you lose, and you keep accumulating these draft picks, and you keep drafting these young players, and you do get them on your team, and you do keep consistently losing, every single year you're getting older. Every single year these players on your team are getting older and older and older and older. They're no longer rookies. They're no longer second-year players. They're no longer third-year players. Now they're fourth and fifth-year players, and they have nothing but losing under their belt. And now you want to turn around and say, hey guy, you've been with our organization for 5 years. Let's get ready to sign you to that long-term contract. We're gonna turn the corner right now. We're gonna really turn the corner, and you're gonna be our cornerstone. And then you look up, and then you wonder why they don't even give you a meeting. And you wonder why they don't even return your phone calls. And you wonder why they're in LA and they're in New York and they're with another team and they want to go to a big market city, because you've lost for 5 years. You're already in a small market. You're already not in a big market city. You may be in a cold weather city. Do you want to compound that by losing for 5 straight years with a culture of losing? And then all of a sudden, just because you got cap space to offer a guy a max deal, so do everybody else in the league. So when you talk about trading Kevin Love, and you talk about trading all the rest of your pieces and losing for 5 straight years, you might want to think about what Colin Sexton might be in 4 years and ask yourself, if he turns out to be a stud, why would he even want to be here? Show me the proof in the pudding. Where is it at? Where's the teams that are losing, 60 games and then turn around and being great? Because you have to think about it like this. The LA Lakers just got LeBron James, right? Let's use them for an example. They just got LeBron James a week or so ago. They tried their best to rebuild. They tried their best to tank and to lose games and go with the youth movement. They did. They tried. They drafted Larry Nance, didn't work out for him. They drafted Jordan Clarkson, didn't work out for him. They drafted Julius Randle in the top 10, didn't work out for him. They drafted D'Angelo Russell in the top 2, didn't work out for him. Then they turned around, came back, drafted Ingram, did not work out for them. They then came back, drafted Lonzo Ball with the second pick. Look where that's turned out. They had to then go back and get Rondo to back him up. The only reason the Lakers are relevant as we speak today is because they have LeBron James. So this thought process of tanking, I'm just saying, the fruits are looking a little barren right now. I'm willing to change my mind, but it's going to take some coercion.